starting. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to the Facebook page.
Yes.
And see if we're on air.
This is so exciting.
It is. And you know, the thing about doing these hangouts and stuff, especially for the first time, we don't know what the hell you're doing. It's starting. Oh, we're here. Let's see. Yay. Okay.
So what we're on?
We're on. I see the Google is here on the Facebook page. I don't know if anyone joined us. So what I'd like to do is say, hello everyone. Welcome to the very first Book Biz TV episode. Just do me a quick favor before I get into the intro and all that good stuff. Can someone, if you can hear us, if you can see us, can you put something in the comment box so we'll know, please, because we don't know. This is our first time doing this thing, so we don't know.
We showed up. That's all we did. We showed up.
We don't know. Let's see if we get any feedback here. It looks like the video is stuck on the page from where I see anyway. Everyone, welcome to the very first Book Biz TV episode. Just do me a quick favor before I get into the intro and all that good stuff. Can someone, if you can hear us, if you can see us, can you put something in the comment box so we'll know, please, because we don't know. This is our first time doing this thing, so we don't know. Okay, wait. I see some comments.
That's all we do. We showed up.
We don't know. Okay, someone is sending comments on one of the Facebook pages. Let me see here. Someone is commenting. Thanks, Tyshina. Oh, no. Sorry, that's somebody else. All right, Mashandi, thank you for confirming that. Mashandi said that we are on. Woohoo!
Okay, good. Okay.
So, I'm just going to go ahead and keep going. So, once again, for whoever else is out there joining us, thank you for joining the very first Book Biz TV episode. I'm Tyshina Davis, the CEO and Senior Publisher at Purposely Created Publishing Group. So, once again, want to thank you. I have my guest on tonight, Kemya Soctt from Phisco Marketing. She's going to come on in a minute and share some really good stuff with you guys. First, let me just tell you, because you might be thinking, never saw anything like this before, right? I know. Kemya helped me. Kemya, she's the marketing guru. She helped me with this. So, you might be thinking, well, where did this idea come from? Why is it needed? And I'll tell you, I work with a lot of authors, okay? A lot of aspiring authors, a lot of self-published authors, and even those who work with companies like mine, okay? Hybrid publishers. So the one thing I find, and before this life, I did a lot of consulting with small business owners. And what I found is that authors are just kind of the same as a lot of the small business owners. They simply don't know how to get their message out to the people that need it, right? So when I was thinking about how I currently help authors, but how I wanted to reach the other ones out there that's not directly working with us, I said, okay, we have to find a way to teach them how to first create their content, how to package their content, how to get their content out to the people that need it. But then the question comes right back, well, how do you do that, right? How do I let people know my book exists? How do I let people know my movement, my message, all of those things even exist? So that's our goal here for Book Biz TV, is to teach you how to take your book and how to convert it into a lucrative brand. because that's what most of us want to do. We don't just want to write the book and put it out there. We want the book to really be that intro, to be that vessel to take you to the next big opportunity. And the next big opportunity gets you to the next, the larger audience that you're trying to reach. So tonight we're starting off with something I'm sure all of you, maybe you struggle with, I struggle with. I'll be straight up and tell you, I struggle with it. I struggle with it, and I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm always calling Kemya like, Kemya, I got this campaign going on, and I don't know what to say. I don't know where I should say it. Should I do it on Twitter? Should I do it on Facebook? She's like, no, girl, you need to be on Pinterest. I'm like, huh? What? Pinterest? Girl, you done hit me with something else. So she is the person that I turn to for advice, for things that I do for the company as well as my books and my clients. So I wanted to share her with the world because she is phenomenal. She is awesome. She's a beast. You know, like beast mode. Like she's oh, I mean, seriously. Do me a favor if you can now. I don't know if that would. Maybe it would take you away from the screen, but definitely sometime tonight when we're done with this, go check out her Facebook page. It's Phisco Marketing. That's Phisco Marketing. And I'm telling you, you're going to learn some stuff tonight. Soon as you go on and like her page, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, for real? Let me check this out. Let me check this out. I mean, she has tons and tons and tons of information. So without spending any more time, because I can go on and on and on, I would like to introduce our special, super special expert for tonight, Kemya Soctt of Phisco Marketing. She's going to answer that question everybody asks. I'm on social media. Now what do I say? Kemya, what do we say? Help us.
Hello, thank you for that awesome introduction. I hope everybody can hear me. Nod up and down or something if you can hear me. You good? Okay, so.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry.
Nod. Simon says.
Next time I'm gonna be so good with this. I promise.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I am Kemya Soctt, otherwise known as Miss Kemya Online, and I'm the CEO of marketing. I'm senior marketing strategist at PhiscoMarketing.com. And what I do is I help individuals and companies, no matter whether you're a solopreneur, no matter whether you're a Fortune 500 company. I help you get visibility using different marketing tactics. They could be online, it could be offline. And so the topic of today's discussion is one that's near and dear to pretty much everybody's heart. What do I say on social media? Particularly for authors, because if you're like me, you see a lot of authors, their book comes out, and their post is, hey, my book is out, buy my book. And that's really kind of the extent of the posts. It doesn't matter if it's the first week, or the first month, or the first year. That's really the extent of what 99.9% of author status updates I see is buy my book. And my question is always, why should I buy your book? You have not told me why I should buy your book. So if you're not a personal friend of mine, how are you supposed to expand your audience if all you say is buy my book? Now, if your book is available on your website, or it's available on Amazon, or it's available on Barnes & Noble Nook, or it's available in the iBook stores, no matter where it is, if we are personal friends, you have to drive me to where you need me to go to buy your book. And so saying a simple status update of my book is out, oh, it's 99 cents, it's on promotion, or it just dropped, or we're just launching, that means absolutely nothing to a complete stranger. I think we can all agree on that. And so today what I want to talk about is what to say, particularly as an author or as an aspiring author, what you want to say on social media to get visibility and boost your sales. Now, here's the thing. Before we get into any of those things, what to say, I want to ask you a question. Why are you using social media in the first place? That's where we need to start. So if you think about why you're using social media and saying because I want to sell my book is not a valid answer, and I'm going to tell you why. That's so obvious. That's not an answer. Of course you want to sell your book. Of course you want to make sales. But what's your ultimate goal for using social media? Is your goal to simply put dollars in your pockets via book sales? Is your goal to build a speaking platform? Is your goal to get more traffic to your website? Is your goal to get more traffic to your blog? Is your goal to launch an organization? Is your goal to establish yourself with credibility as an authority in the niche in which you are writing? Is your goal to build a flock of followers who ultimately buy your other products and services? So let's start with why you're using social media. And really what I'm going to take you through tonight is I'm going to take you through a mini marketing strategy from the time your book comes out all the way up till today. If your book has not launched, you're a step ahead of most people because you're in pre-launch mode. If you haven't even started writing a book, all of this information I'm telling you still applies to you, and you can literally start using what I'm telling you to use today. Okay, so the first step, figure out why you want to use social media. Once you figure out why you're on social media, you need to figure out where the people that will most likely buy your books, where are they hanging out? So let's say, for example, let's say you wrote a book, and I'm just going to use some completely random examples. Let's say you wrote a book it's a nonprofit book about dogs. Let's say that. Who do you think is going to buy your book? Do you think dog owners are going to buy your book? You know, it might have some humor in it, some tips and tricks, okay? So do you think dog owners are going to buy your books? I challenge you to go beyond that thought process. The people that may buy your books, they may buy them as gifts. And so you are thinking about grandparents that may buy the book for grandkids. You may be thinking about, you know, me buying a book because my best friend loves dogs and has 5 dogs. You could also be thinking about the vets. They might be buying your book, or they might be interested in buying your book. People that work in different animal shelters may be interested in buying a book. But again, these people don't have to be dog owners. So don't necessarily just think about one group that's actually buying your book. Think about all the ways people can use that book. So as you're thinking about all those different people that would be using that book, think about where those people will be sitting on social media. So let's take this example and let's explore it all the way through. So let's say, for example, you wrote a book that has some humor, has some tips and tricks about a dog. Okay, so where are the people, general population that are looking for what you have to offer? They could be on Twitter, they could be on Facebook, they could be on Instagram, they could be on Pinterest, they could be all over social media. But what type of content really gets them excited? What's going to get them engaged with you as an author and ultimately lead them through a sales and marketing funnel so that you can direct them to your book? If it's about dogs, sharing quotes out of your book is going to excite people because you're giving them little snippets about the content in your book. So you know when you go on Amazon and they have that, what is that called? They look and see what's inside. Think about your social media content as a look and see what's inside. And so for any author, you can go inside your book and you have content right there. You just have to repurpose that content. And so let's say, for example, with this dog example, let's say you go in there and you have 20 tips and tricks on training your new puppy. Each one of those tips and tricks can be a tweet. Each one of those tips and tricks can be a Facebook status update with a dog tip of the day. Each one of those tips and tricks can be a Pinterest picture quote. Each one of those, you can post it on Instagram as a picture. So each one of those you can use in a variety of ways. And I just gave you 20 status updates from content in a book that I have not seen. So let's say, for example, you have that. You also have your cover. And so what you want to do, you want to promote your book. You want to promote the content, but you need people to know where they can go for further information. And so on each one of these picture quotes, you want to put a copy of your book cover. But think about it. Don't just put your cover and like splash the page like a lot of people do, and they want to plaster their cover everywhere. That cover alone is not what's going to make a complete stranger really get involved with your book. And so what you can do is you can create a graphic and it has a tip, but you can just put a small size cover photo in your picture quote. So let's say you do a picture quote and you use the top right corner. You can use the top right corner and use that as your standard, and you can put a copy of your cover on each of your pictures. Or, for example, if you're going to use a tweet and you're going to say, you know, dog tip of the day, at the end of your tweet, put the link to the sales page for your book. That's a way that you can share content with your audience. You already have the content written. It's just repurposing the content you already have and ultimately leading people to that sales page. If you do this over time, you not only engage people, but you tell them what's in the book and you're telling them why to buy the book. So let's say you post 3 to 5 tips out of whatever your book is about, whether your book is about dogs, whether your book is about surviving domestic violence situations, whether your book is about raising children as a single mother. Whatever your tips are that you share in your book, think of them as individual status updates. And so I bet every author that's watching this, if you have a book that's already out, I bet you have 100 status updates in that book sitting there waiting for you to share. I guarantee you do. If you can't find them, I'm going to tell you how I'll help you find them later on in this hangout. Okay, so we talked about establishing a reason why you want to be on social media. I'm telling you how to pull out content out of your existing manuscript, your existing book, and how to repurpose it and put it on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. Now I'm going to talk about specific things you can do on each platform so that you can maximize each of those platforms. And if you do have questions, I'll tell you right now, I'm looking at the Google Hangout side, so I'm not on the Facebook page. So if you have questions, there will be time for questions later. So type your questions in the chat box on the Facebook page, and Ty will shout out the questions to me, and I can answer them towards the end. Okay, so let's tackle this platform by platform. I'm on social media now. What do I say? Okay, so the first platform we're going to tackle is Twitter. Why? Because Twitter's my favorite. I can talk about Twitter for 3 hours, but I won't. So I'm going to give you some things you can do on Twitter right now, whether your book is out, whether you're still writing your book. Now, you got to at least have some meat, substance of a book, some kind of way to use these tips, okay? If you don't have a book even, processed out yet, just take notes and you'll be able to apply these. So you could be in pre-launch or post-launch, either way. So let's say for Twitter, I've already told you you can pull different quotes and use those as tweets and put a link with each tweet so that you can direct people to your sales page or your website or your blog, wherever you want to direct that traffic. What you can also do on Twitter is you can host your own Twitter chat. Free, very simple to do, very easy to do. And what you can do is, instead of saying, oh, I'm an author, my book is out, I want to do a meet and greet Q&A with the author, nah, that's boring. You don't have to do that. What you can do is you can pull out substance out of your book, whatever that may be, and center a Twitter chat specifically around one topic. So let's think about anthologies, because I know the Purposely Created Publishing Group works with a lot of anthologies. And so let's use anthologies as an example. Let's take an anthology that has 12 authors. Each one of those authors wrote about a specific issue, crisis, challenge they've overcome. Each one of those authors can have their own Twitter chat on their specific theme and challenge that they wrote about. So there could be, let's say it was 12 authors in an anthology. There could actually be a total of 13 Twitter chats around this one book. And I'm going to tell you what the 13 are. You have 12 authors, so that's 12 different specific topics. So it could be a meet and discuss with each of those authors. But then the 13th Twitter chat can be a meet and ask questions of all the authors. It can dissect the book. Who is this book for? How did this anthology come together? What made you decide to be a part of this anthology? How has the challenge you've overcome helped you become a better man, woman, parent, mother, sister, friend, aunt? You can have 13 Twitter chats revolving around that single book. And that's without me even reading the book. I know you can squeeze at least 13 Twitter chats out of there. And so what you can do, think about it. Think about, there's 12 months in a year. Think about, you know when a book is coming out. You have a pre-launch time. You know when the book is going to drop, where there's going to be a lot of buzz, but then a lot of time that buzz dries out after the first couple of weeks. The excitement is dead. And so what you can do is you can host a Twitter chat in the pre-launch phase and say, oh, stay tuned, be on the lookout for this book dropping, you know, April 12th. Have them sign up to your email list. And then when the book comes out, you already have a list of people that you can email. And then after the book is out and after the buzz and excitement of a new book dies down, how about a month after the book dies down, after the book is launched, then you start the second or the third Twitter chat. And then you can subsequently have a chat a month. This is a way to keep people engaged with that same content. This is a way to build momentum off the original launch. And this is a way to also keep your other authors that are in the anthology. This is something to get them excited as well. If they're excited about the book, they're going to share the book. And you can't take for granted that people that are in an anthology are going to constantly share the book. This gives them an opportunity to put the spotlight directly on them. And then you come up with a set of 5 to 10 questions for each, and it could be the same 5 or 10 questions for each of those authors. There you have it, a full Twitter chat series of, if there's 12 authors, you got a full 13 Twitter chat series you can stagger over the course of 6 months or over the course of a year. That's an easy way to keep people engaged on social media, and that gives you tons of information and content to share on social media. In addition, you can join other Twitter chats. You can do searches for hashtags that might be hot and popular in your niche. Like, for example, my Kindle book that just came out last week is called I'm on Social Media Now, What Do I Say? And so hashtags that I would be very interested in would be hashtag SMM for social media marketing, hashtag social media. I would be looking for entrepreneurs. I would be looking for hashtags like Twitter chats. Each hashtag that's a social media platform. So Facebook, Pinterest, blogging, because I have blogging chapter in that book. So I'm looking for those specific hashtags to see what chats are going on around those topics. Once I find that, those are chats that I can join, I can participate in, because that gives you visibility. It helps you find more content because they ask a lot of questions in Twitter chats. So you can answer questions and you can engage with other people that will ultimately be the audience for your book. Okay, so the next platform we can talk about is Facebook. Everybody loves Facebook. Facebook is a great way to find people to buy your book. Now, you can post status updates on your personal page about your book. You can post them if you have a Facebook fan page. You can post status updates there. You can post like a fan page Friday, where people, traditionally do shout outs, post a link to your Facebook page here, let's follow each other. But that following back and forth is not what gets people to look at your book. They're simply following back and forth on Facebook, right? So in order to get people to not only follow back and forth on Facebook, but to also get them interested in what content is in your book, here's what I can recommend. Every week, do a question of the week, because you want content that people are going to interact with. But on that question of the week, always relate it to a topic that you're writing about or topic in your book. So, for example, my question of the week might be, what is it about Twitter that keeps you stumped? It doesn't have to be about content. It's just about Twitter in general. Why? Because my book is about social media. So my question might be, why are you afraid of Twitter? Or what's one thing that you love about Facebook? Or what's the hardest thing you found about engaging people on Instagram? All of those types of questions are related to content in my book. And people that answer those questions are people that I can, for all intents and purposes, pitch to buy my book, pitch to review my book, pitch to come over to my blog, come over to my website, see what other things I have to offer. Another thing you can do specifically as an author on Facebook is host a contest. You can either use something like a rafflecopter.com or Heyo, Heyo.com. Those are great apps that you can use they're native to Facebook, and they're a contest app. So you can design a contest, and the giveaway can be an autographed copy of your book. The giveaway could be 5 copies of your book. If somebody's having a conference coming up, they might want multiple copies. A giveaway could be a Q&A directly with you that they can post on their blog post. Another giveaway could be you might have some extra special bonus that you're offering with your book, and you could give away that as well. There are tons of different things you can give away as an author. If you have an upcoming book, or if your book isn't out yet, you can give a freebie instead of paying a pre-launch price. You can give away, 5 copies for free to, random 5 people. And the good thing about using an app as opposed to just writing, having the question on Facebook, the apps, they will randomly select winners for you. And so what you can do is you can post that question and say, this is a contest I'm running, and tell them this is a contest I'm using to promote my book. Here's what you might be able to win. The contest, I'm running it all week, and pin that status update. You can pin that status update to your Facebook fan page. But something you can also do when you're trying to figure out what to say on social media, you can boost that specific post. You can run an ad because, again, that's content. You're still writing things on social media, but as an author, you need increased visibility. So you can spend $5 or $10 to get increased visibility, particularly when you're centered around your book launch. And so that's another thing that a lot of authors do when they're trying to figure out what content to share, and they're trying to maximize the eyes that see these posts that they post on Facebook or Twitter, or even a Pinterest with promoted pins. You can just promote a pin or promote the status update or promote the ad that you're offering. You can use that as well. Another thing, if you're on social media and you don't know what to say, I know a lot of authors, they get a book trailer done for their book. But again, my goal is not to tell you what everybody already does. My goal is to help you expand beyond what everybody else is doing. So, okay, we're going to take for granted that you knew that you could get a book trailer done. Okay, but think about your book. You got oodles and oodles of content on your book. So you don't have to just get one trailer done on your book. You can get a trailer done for every chapter in your book, because every chapter in your book is going to be centered around a specific theme. So think about it. You might be able to get 3 to 5 videos out of one book. And that's actually part of the strategy that I'll be using. I'm not just going to have one video trailer. I'm going to have the trailer for each chapter in my book. Why? Because a particular chapter may attract a person here, a person there. A book is a big bite. Think about your book in chunks. They want to take a chunk out of your book and apply it right then. And so if you're writing about different topics, it might be, if it's an anthology, if it's different authors, each author could have a 60-second trailer just on their chapter. But what you could also do, if you're writing about like a process or a theme that you went through, you could also have different videos, and they don't have to be long. They can be 30 seconds, they can be 60 seconds, but you can do a video for each of those topics that you're writing about in your book as well. You can share those videos all across social media platforms, all across your website, and as blog content. Okay, so we've done Twitter. What time is it? Am I good? Okay, we talked about Twitter. We talked about Facebook. Let's tackle Pinterest and Instagram. I'm going to use those two because they're both visual platforms. So you apply a lot of the same tips to both of those. Just like I said, you can pull that content out earlier when I said you can pull that content out and you can make different quotes based on the content in your book. You can turn those into graphic quotes. And you can use, you don't have to be a graphic designer to make graphic quotes. You can use a graphic platform like a PicMonkey, and it's PIC monkey.com. You can use PicMonkey, or you can use me and Ty's favorite, Canva.com. We absolutely love Canva. Oh, we love Canva. But the great thing about we love Canva because it makes you look like this hot designer. I'm a good designer, but I'm not that hot. But I look really hot because Canva, right? Canva makes you look like this crazy hot designer. They have all these gorgeous templates. They have all the fonts. You can just drag and drop. You can play to your heart's content. And they actually save it as a stream in your account. So you can go back and re-download it. You can download it as an image, as a PDF. And they have different templates based on the platform that you want to use. So what I did was Sunday night, I literally just went on Canva. I said, okay, my book is out. I need to make some pinnables. I need to pin some stuff on Pinterest. I went on there. I clicked Pinterest graphic, and I looked at all the templates. And I literally just sat looking at my book. You know, it's online, so I'm literally, one piece of the screen was my book, and I'm skimming through, and I'm literally pulling quotes out. You can literally make 20 graphics a pop. It's not like you have to make one a day. If you can dedicate time to sitting there or hire somebody to do it, totally fine. But that's an easy way that you don't, there's no excuses is what I'm telling you. There are no excuses for why you can't apply any of these tips I'm telling you. You can write a status update on Twitter. You can write a status update on Facebook. You can create killer graphics that make you look like you are just hot, posh graphic designer person, and you are so not. You can use those things. You can create things on Pinterest and on Instagram. And again, it's all about quotes. People love motivational quotes, and they love tips that they can immediately implement. So as you're pulling out content, like I said, I'm on social media now. What do I say? When you're pulling out content from your book and you're pulling out promotional snippets that really you want to use to entice readers, think about things that that can stand alone, they can easily consume right now. Because the one thing that a lot of people don't realize, when you type, let's say let's say you post a status tweet, and let's say you survive some situation and you have a tip. A lot of times people see a tweet and they want to consume that tweet right then. They don't want to have to click a link to read more. They want to apply that one thing that you said to their life right now. So for me, I'll use me as an example. I write about marketing, social media, entrepreneurship, blogging, anything that has to do with being an entrepreneur and marketing. I write about it. You can find it on my social media status updates. So I might post a Twitter tip and it says, tweet in 120 characters so it leaves room for someone to easily retweet you. There's no link attached at the end. That's a tweet that you can immediately implement right away. Those are the types of things that get people engaged with you. That's how you get more retweets and more shares, and that's actually how you build yourself as a social media authority, which I am. But whatever niche that you're in, that's how you build your position and your niche as an authority, because you are giving people easily digestible content that they don't have to click a link to find more. That's how you become a power player on social media. That's how you build your authority in your niche. People go to your feed and they're like, oh, wow, this person knows what they're talking about. They're sharing all this stuff and they're not even trying to sell me anything. They're just giving me a bunch of stuff I can use now. They're sharing all these quotes. I'm writing down all these tips. That's how people go to your website. And so again, for authors, if you think about the 80-20 rule, you may have heard a lot of. If you think and I think in blocks of 10. So for every 10 tweets that you send, we'll use Twitter as an example. For every 10 tweets that you send, 8 should not be promotional. 2 should be promotional and salesy. It's okay to ask people to buy your book, but you have to give me a reason to. And so if you pull snippets out of your book, if you pull different passages out of your book, and even if you have, let's say you have one of those nonfiction books that's really deep and heavy, and you're thinking, well, I can't pull out something that's really short and brief. I see you sitting there looking at me like, I can't pull out something that's only 140 characters, right? I know they're looking at you like that. I can't pull out something that's 140, right? So I can't pull out something that's only 120 characters, Kemya, or Facebook. I don't want to write a book on Facebook. Here's how you can entice people if you have one of those really deep books to where it's heavy social issues and things like that. What you do is in those 120 characters, because remember, you need them, for those type of books, you're going to need them to click a link. But for those types of tweets and Facebook updates, what you want to do is you want to pull out the snippet that's like so crazy, I want to know what happened. So let's say, for example, I see a tweet, and let's say I'm being completely random. Let's say that the name of this book is called How Shayla Came to Terms with Single Motherhood. I'm being completely random, okay? So the name of this book is How Shayla Came to Terms with Single Motherhood. And I go on Twitter, and I see a tweet that Shayla posted, and she posts something like, when I dropped my daughter off to daycare and I didn't have enough money for her to eat that day, ... And there's a link to the book. Trust me, we all gonna click that link because we want to know what happened. Does that make sense? I know that makes sense, right? Because you'll be like, what? What is happening? What? Those are the kind of like juicy little nuggets you can pull out. And so if you're the writer, or you are the curator, if you're the curator of the anthology, or you're the writer, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, pull out those really hot snippets, and you may have to reword them to fit a Twitter or to fit a Facebook status update, but pull out like the really, like Ty's book, Surviving Shocking Situations, pull out that shocker that I'm like, drop my jaw, and I gotta click this link because I want to know what in the world you're talking about. And so I hope that helps. If you're on social media, I'm on social media now, what do I say? There is tons more that you could say, but I know this will get you started. And I will announce before, okay, we're good. I wanted to make sure we had time for Q&A. But I do want to announce that I created a special offer for those of you who are watching now, who made the commitment to be here live, or if whenever the recording gets sent out, if it's slots left. What I'm going to do, because I do want to help you build a buzz. I believe social media is a powerful marketing vehicle that authors can, explode their brands if you just know what to say and really how to say it. And so I created a package specifically for this. And you can only find a link if you're watching this, because we're going to type it in the chat box, and it's called Start a Social Buzz. And so for the first 10 people to sign up, and Ty, she might have already put it in the chat box, but for the first 10 people that sign up, you will actually get a free 30-minute strategy, consulting session with me, and I can help you figure out what to say and how to say it. I will let you know, I don't do 30-minute strategy sessions. That is a special thing just for this group. And I see Ty.
She only give like 5 minutes. She only give like 5 minutes, and then it's like, oh, well, you can go here and wait until you go to her site. You'll see. She has tabs for everything, sign up for everything. She got all these tools, all these resources, but she's not lying. Like, she was like that with me when I first met her, too. Like, oh, you get 5 minutes, and you need to go.
When it comes to free, 30 minutes, I don't do that. I don't do 30-minute strategy sessions, let alone not free. But for this group, because I worked with Purposely Created Publishing Group, she is my publisher, and I just love what she does. So I created this just for you all. And again, it's Start a Social Buzz, and you can go to that page of my website that she put in the chat box. It gives you all the details on there. It gives you the link to schedule time on my calendar. We'll set up a 30-minute session. We can talk about whatever you want when it comes to social media, building your brand, being an author. My book isn't out yet. What should I be doing now? My book is already out, and it's, a year and a half old. What can I do to drum up interest in it? All those types of questions I can totally help you with. So again, for the first 10 people that register, go for it. I'm happy to set up a time. We can talk about strategies for you to use social media to really get the most mileage out of your book. And another thing that I'm doing, I actually have an e-course that starts next week, and it's actually called Become a Social Media Authority. And so I can't remember how many modules it is, but it is me teaching the course. It's a combination of live Q&A calls with me, it's a course that, I'm used to using marketing jargon, so I'm trying not to say autoresponder, but it's like an email. It's emailed to you. I send you the modules. I tell you what to do. And I break it down step by step by step, because it's not just enough to use social media. You have to use social media and convert your activity into cash. If it ain't about the money, why are you doing it? That's my role on social media. That's my purpose. I do not use social media to just hang out. It's fine if you do, but that's not my role. I use social media as a marketing vehicle. When somebody calls me and I say, how did you find me? They either say Google or they say Twitter. I've yet to hear, other than a referral. That's why I'm on social media. You know, a lot of people, I've done more on Facebook lately, so people see me there. When I look at my traffic to my blog, I look to see which social media platforms are driving that traffic. If it's driving that traffic, then I'm jumping on there more. It's just really that simple, because I am a social media authority. I want to continue to be one, and I want to help you become a social media authority, not just around your book, but I want to help you build a brand to become a social media authority. And whatever genre, whatever niche that you want to be in, and you want to use that book to catapult you in that niche, that's what I will teach you how to do. And so with that said, I hope you learned something new. And if you didn't learn something new,
I gotta get used to looking at this. I don't know if I look up here or down here.
I know, I'm trying to look at my camera, but I keep looking at you. But I hope you learned something new. And so I'm ready for Q&A.
Awesome.
I hope we got some questions.
I'm looking here on the feed, Kemya, so I can. There are some comments here. We have Sharmitra Pittman. Oh, that's my sister from another mother and mister. Everybody know I have like 9,000 sisters, other mothers. But that's all about sisters. And I love good people, and I support women, and I'm just connected to some awesome, awesome sisters. So thank you, Sharmitra, for you. But Sharmitra said this info is great, and then she put like 5 exclamation marks behind it. So she's
thank you.
She's excited. I just want to say hi to some people that's joined in, because like you mentioned earlier, you definitely could have been doing something else on a Tuesday night. So I want to say hi to Stacy, another sister from a mother and Mr. Hi, Stacy. Glenda Kelly, thank you for joining us. And then Tamika Hope, yay. Oh, Tamika, you talking about a book. Yeah, we're going to have to do some stuff with her, Kemya, because this book that she's about to come out, I don't know if I should put a plug out, but
go for it.
This thing is heavy. It's heavy. It's deep. I mean, you mentioned deep nonfiction.
Yeah.
She survived the 2011 what was it, tornado in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, she's a survivor, and I mean, she's more than a survivor. She's more than a survivor, but her story today, I just read the blurb for it when Charlie finished the blurb, and I just from reading the blurb, I was like, whoa. And I'm so used to reading, all of these deep stories, all these phenomenal blurbs. So they never really moved me, because I kind of get that interaction from the onset. But when I read this, it really did. It moved me. And I even told Trelawney, which is our editorial director, but I even told Trelawney, I was like, wow, like that really moved me. So that content alone, right?
Yes.
Pieces could probably be extracted, and that could be about maybe 10 or 15 posts just from her blurb.
Absolutely, because we didn't even get into blogging as a whole nother platform. That's a whole nother subject. When you got content like that, you can pull stuff out, and each one of those snippets can turn into a blog post. You're not really giving away the entire book, but what you can do is you can pull out a snippet and then write about it in a different way. If you're one of those people that is an author of a book, but you're a true writer and you really want to get into writing, what you can do, like I said, I could be here all night. Okay, so what you can do for those type of books is you can create blog posts. If you don't have a blog, that is no excuse. You can guest blog for other people. I told you I'm not about the excuses. You can guest blog for other people. I'm not telling you have to start a blog. What I'm telling you is blogging is part of social media. That's yet another avenue you can use to generate interest and boost your visibility and build your brand. So if you don't have a blog, You can guest blog for other people. You can send, you know, them like Ty said, that blurb alone got her. You can send a blurb to people saying, hey, this is what my book is about. This is when it's launching. I'd love to write a blog post around this specific theme for your blog. Find bloggers who are already writing in that area, or find bloggers who have an audience that is sitting there ready, waiting to consume your content. You don't have to start your own blog. You can use other people's platforms to help build your own. It's a lot easier to do it that way than to try to build a brand new author brand from scratch, a brand new social media presence from scratch. If you have a brand and you already have, you know, I love Carrie Wilkerson, one of the marketing gurus. She says, fill your stadium. If your stadium is already filled with adoring fans, then start all the stuff you want. But if you're starting from scratch, and you're like, okay, this will take me $1 gajillion. Yes, I just made that word up. It's going to take me tons of time. Use other people. Leverage their brands. Leverage their built-in audiences. And you can guest blog on different people's platforms. When you got books like that, yeah, you can flip that content.
Now let me ask you, so no one else has posted any comments just yet, but there is another person I want to say hello to for joining us, Erica Hill. If you're still around, hello, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I think I did say hello to Ms. Glenda Kelly, and I know Mashandi, she was on earlier because she gave notice that, yes, we can see you, you're on, great.
Yes, good.
I have a question, Kemya, because as an author, you know, as an author myself, from seeing other people, authors, small business owners, I see we all come up with these hashtags, right? And we know that if you're trying to build a buzz around a certain thing that you're doing, yes, should create your own trendy hashtag to have for that particular item or event, XYZ. However, I see a lot of people using them wrong, right? A lot of people wasting space, especially on Twitter. You only get 140 characters, and you know, I see people writing all of this stuff, and then at the end they got this long hashtag, and it's like, that space definitely could have been utilized better. And then you have to think about that person that may see this and want to retweet it, because you know you're good for retweeting, but you'll go ahead and revise that stuff real quick, so that all the content can be there, right? So can you just touch on that very quickly, because I believe hashtags is a part of what we say to kind of, you know, get the message out. But can you just touch on that real quick, and then also tell us, where can we go to maybe do some hashtag researching?
Okay. Let me see. And I was just actually looking up hashtags for somebody else. So while I'm answering that question, I'm going to be searching, and I'm going to tell you exactly where to go to find the hashtags.
Okay.
But what you can do, that's funny. Yeah, I literally was just looking for this. When it comes to using hashtags, I totally agree. People want to throw all these hashtags in that are of no value. And so my first thing is, what value is this hashtag going to offer for this particular tweet? Okay, so those long hashtags, the whole purpose of using a hashtag, like when you're talking about book marketing and authoring as a business, I'm strictly on the business side. I'm not talking about people that use social media and they want to just make friends and that kind of stuff. I am totally fine with that, but that's not why I'm on social media. Like I said, I'm on social media for business. And so what I want you to do, and I'm not looking at this screen only because I'm typing for those hashtags. Let me see. Okay, so I just posted a comment where you can find the hashtags. But what you want to do when it comes to using hashtags is you want to figure out what's going to add value. What's going to ultimately get searched. If that hashtag is not searched, there's no need using it as a hashtag. And so, for example, for the authors, I just posted in the comments the ultimate list of hashtags for authors. Okay? Use stuff that's already being used. Now, if you are creating your own hashtag for your brand, that's one thing. But if you're trying to connect with other authors, or you're trying to show up in streams where people might see you, or let's say, for example, there are a lot of, I'm going to use Twitter, there are a lot of like book tweeting services, there are a lot of author indexes. people that specifically work with authors and share author information like book promoters, things like that, you want to use hashtags that are already being used. Creating this fancy hashtag that only you know what it means provides zero value to your brand. It may really be cute, but it's taking up space that could have been utilized in another way. And again, when you tweet in 120 characters as opposed to the whole 140, the thing is you leave space for people to easily retweet you. If you use the whole 140 characters, then when I retweet you, depending on what platform I'm using for Twitter, because most people aren't using Twitter.com, they're using an app on their mobile. They're using a third party like Dashboard. They're using all kind of stuff when they're tweeting. So when they hit just a simple retweet, all your content may or may not get shared. And for me, if it's content I really want to share, I go in and I change the content when I hit retweet. But most people aren't doing that. And I only do that when it's a specific tweet that I really want to get out there. And so I encourage you to, instead of trying to create all these fancy smancy hashtags that don't mean anything, start using hashtags that authors are already using, because those hashtags are being searched. That will help you get interviews. That will help establish your credibility, because your tweets will show up when people search those hashtags. Thank you so much, Sharissa. She said it's a great call. Thank you. Yeah, so that's my thing with the hashtags. All that fancy hashtag stuff, save it. We talking about selling books. We talking about building brands. Those fancy hashtags don't do that. They don't add any value to your social media posts.
Right. Thank you for answering that, Kemya, because I see that a lot with people.
Me too.
That it's not that you shouldn't use. Definitely want to have one maybe for your brand, or if you have an event.
Yes.
I think if anything for events, definitely. But once again, it shouldn't be anything that's like 10, 15 letters or
it
5 different words in one.
Yeah.
Just make it very, very simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very simple. So thanks for sharing that. Thanks for giving us the resource. And we have Shani, who is a purposely created publishing author.
Wonderful.
She's family. Over here we all family. So she has a question. First of all, she said this is really awesome. I agree, Shani. I told you she's a beast. Beast mode. That should be her hashtag, like beast mode Kemya. She is a beast, I'm telling you. So, she said you mentioned earlier in the broadcast about pinning a question to your book cover. What do you mean by pin? And how can you make a pin? And I believe you're talking about Pinterest, right?
Yes, I am talking about Pinterest. And so what you can do, and I'm going to find a category for you on my blog, because I'm going to tell you exactly how to use Pinterest. But when I'm talking about pins, I'm talking about using Pinterest as a platform as an author. Okay, so what you can do, let's see, I actually have an example of one that I did. Hopefully I can find it. But I actually have an example of a pinnable that I created. But when you're using Pinterest, you use things that you post on Pinterest. Like Facebook is a status update. Twitter is a tweet. On Pinterest, it's called a pin. Okay? And so what you can do on Pinterest is you can create images that have a quote from your book, but also use a copy of your book cover as the thing that you pin. Okay, so it promotes your book, and people know where to find more, so they'll know. Oh, okay, so this is from her book. That's really what we want it to be. We want people to see that it's from the book. And so what I'm going to do, I am actually going to post an example of a pinnable I created for my book and teleclass that I did last week. Okay, so this is a link to, I just posted it there. That's a link to the actual image I created, and you'll be able to see. my book cover is on there, but it also provides additional information. So at the top, whenever you look at it, you'll see my book cover is on the bottom. So you can post a snippet, like for example, I might have because I was just doing this Sunday. I was doing quotables, for Pinterest. So I was reading my book, pulling out tips, because I'm a person that gives you quick tips. So I pulled out, a Twitter tip might be, Twitter tip, tweet, like I was saying earlier, tweet in 120 characters. It leaves more space for you to get more retweets. And then I'll put the book cover at either the bottom or the top right corner of the image so that they know, okay, this is a great pin. She's giving me a great tip. But naturally you're going to think, oh, this must come out of that book that she has the cover for. You don't have to say it comes out of that book. Naturally, if you see an image and there's a book cover on that image, your context clues are going to tell you, oh, this must be part of that particular book. And so that's what I mean when I say, pinnables and how to pull that content out. But that's really it. And then what I can do, if you are not familiar, with using Pinterest, what I'm going to do is I have a whole category of Pinterest on my website, and I tell you how to use Pinterest. I say who should be using Pinterest. I tell you creative ways to use Pinterest. I tell you how to use Pinterest for marketing purposes on my blog. And so I will post that a link to that specific category. Let's see, I'll post that specific category in the Facebook chat room. So you can just take a look at that specific category. There it is, just posted it. So you can take a look at the specific articles that I've written about Pinterest. And then that should help you as well.
Awesome, awesome. I want to thank Sharisa for joining us. I want to thank Star Williams for joining us. I'm so happy everyone showed up.
Me too.
Yeah, really good stuff. And I mean, I already knew you was going to bring it. There's no way, even if I wanted to, that I could have taken notes. Because when you're in your mode, you're just pouring. Yeah, I'm telling you. So one last thing I do want to ask Kemya, you mentioned a site you would like the first 10 people to go to, right? Mm-hmm. And do you mind posting that? Because I tried and I think I messed up. I don't want to mess up anything. Then people be mad at me. Hold up, I was supposed to, I was trying to spin. You messed it all up. So while Kemya's doing that, I want to, while Kemya is posting the site for everybody, I want to just kind of mention some things that's going on here, Purposely Created, very quickly, because a lot of you that's here now live, well, that's here on the feed anyway, we have some type of interaction, right? So just want to let you know what's going on. Friday is our 1-year anniversary. And let me tell you, 3 years ago when I had my other business, which was a business management consulting firm for micro entrepreneurs, and that's how Kemya and I met, Sharmitra, my sister Stacy, right? Everybody knows I wasn't doing books back then. I didn't even have a book. I dreaded even writing a book. It's just like, what? Books? No, that's not my thing, right? But I would have never, ever, ever imagined that I would be doing what I'm doing now and then how I'm doing it. Because I guess I can say I don't do things the way that everybody do things, right? So the way that I'm doing it and the people that I'm reaching is just phenomenal. I was telling somebody the other day that God is just really, really, really showing out. So I'm excited. We've signed up 28 authors in the last year. And we've published 16 books, and of those 28 authors, 7 of them are going to have their own book collaboration projects. So I want you all to tune in next month on Tuesday, April 14th, for our next guest, Miss Stevie Mills, another beast. She's another beast, okay? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about Book Biz TV. I'm only going to bring you the best. If they not beast mode, you ain't got to worry about it, okay? You ain't got to worry about coming, joining us, taking your time out and being disappointed. I'm only bringing the beast, okay? And Stevie is a beast when it comes to teaching people how to build their tribes, how to leverage collaboration, so forth and so on. So she's going to be on next month talking about that. And make sure you tune in, because for a lot of you aspiring entrepreneurs, I'm so used to saying entrepreneurs from the old life. For you aspiring authors who are probably like me and were thinking, gosh, I want to have a book. I know I have a message, but I dread writing. I don't have time to write, or maybe I'm just a bad writer. There is an easier and there's a faster way, and you can make money doing it too. And I did it, so I know you can do it, right? And this is what Stevie will be talking about when she comes on. So if you look at the feed, Kemya did post some things there. Hi, Chandra. Thank you for joining us. Kemya posted the link where you can get the free strategy called The First 10 People. Only the first 10 people. Like she said, she really don't get more than 5 minutes of her time for free, you know.
Yes.
She's going to give away 10 slots, and you're going to get 50% off for her upcoming e-course. I'm going to join her e-course because I need it. I need the information. I want to make sure that I'm knowledgeable so that when I'm working with my clients, I can pour into them. So I'll be joining the e-course, and you should too, okay? Yeah. You should. Once again, I'm sorry if I keep looking here and not there, because I don't know where to look. I really don't. I should have practiced before I did.
We're good. So, and I do have one more thing. One more thing.
Okay.
One more thing I wanted to say is that page that I posted that's on my website about the first 10 people that sign up will get a free strategy session with me, and the discount code for my upcoming e-course. That page will come down, and that page will come down on April 1st at 11:59 p.m. because my class starts on April 2nd. The only people that know about that page are people that see it posted in the chat box, because I literally just created that page today. It's not ranked anywhere. It's not even Google Index. It's not going to show up on the sitemap on my site. It's a specific page with the promo code just for people that are serious about building a brand as an authority, but the discount code is Hangout, obviously, because it's for people that joined our Google Hangout. But again, if you are not sure, if you're on the fence, or if it's something you know you need, I'd encourage you to make a decision sooner rather than later, because here's the thing. We all get super busy. I am guilty of this. I'll do a teleclass, or I'll join some webinar. I'm like, oh my God, that is freaking awesome information. What should I do with it? And life gets in the way. And then I don't follow up. And it's like months later, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I really not do that? Did I really miss it and have to pay 75% or 300% more than I would have if I just joined it on the class? And so I have learned the hard way. When you procrastinate with something that you know you really need, you wind up paying for that in the long run. And so, I have the discount code, and the reason, I'll let you be honest, the reason why the class fee is so low is because it's a launch. It's the only reason. And I may or may not do the class live again. My whole intent for doing the fee so low is that I want you to tell me how you like it. I want feedback. So what I'm charging for an e-course, you can't even buy an hour of my time for that. And you get a couple hours of me and the whole e-course. But again, the whole reason I'm doing it is because I want to help people build their social media brands the way I built mine, and I want you to be able to leverage social media and really use it as a marketing vehicle, because then once you have filled your stadium, like I said earlier, like Carrie Wilkerson says, then you can sell things, and then you can be guests on things like Google Hangouts, and you can guest blog for people, and people will ask you, You won't have to pitch yourself. People will be asking you to join their stuff. That's really the power of social media. And that's why it's becoming a social media authority, because once you become an authority in whatever niche you're in and they see that you're really rocking social media, people are attracted to you and they start asking you, and you won't have to worry about pitching, trying to be here or trying to be there. Those people are already calling you. And so that's the purpose of the class. But again, I just want feedback. I want you to use it, and I want to see how it works for you. So again, I encourage you not to wait. I mean, you might want to think about it, but don't wait too long, because I don't want your book to come out and you kick yourself in the foot later. Why didn't I do that? I know I should have done that. So I just encourage you to give it some serious thought. If you're serious, you need help, grab a free strategy session.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's two quotes that I live by. And I every day I recite these quotes, I revisit them. That's why I know them by heart, because every day I have to make a decision, right? And I have to make multiple decisions throughout the day. And I always sit and I think about, the first one is, the universe rewards those who act now.
Yes.
Like that, duh. Like, that's so true, right? And then the second one is, and you guys got to forgive us. Like, this is what we do all the time.
We do all
laugh together and mastermind together and all that great stuff. But, so the universe rewards those who act now. So true. Okay? And then the second one from Damon John, the founder of Fubu, he's Shark Tank guy. He says one that I really love, and it's that the number one key to success is decisiveness.
Yes.
That's so true. So true, right? One decision can make you or break you. It can either leave you behind or it can catapult you. And in this particular space, that's so true. So I would say definitely take advantage. Like I said, I'm taking advantage of the offer. One last thing before we leave. Guess what? We have something for you. For all of you lovely people who took the time to tune in, and then you took the time to stay until the very end, actually beyond the end, because we're 8 minutes beyond, right? Kemya has a free gift for you right now. She's giving you her new best-selling book, okay? Her new best-selling ebook. I'm on social media. What do I say? So what you need to do right now, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this down in the comment section. You need to go right here. You need to click on this link and get the book now. This link is going to take you directly to Amazon, okay? And you can download the book for free. If you don't have a Kindle, that's fine. You can download the Kindle app on your Android device. You can do it on your iTunes, your Apple device. It's no excuse for not being able to access Amazon stuff, because Kindle app is universal. So here is the link. Go grab it now. Go grab it now, because guess what? I think it's only going to last for what, like 2 more hours, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the free gift that's actually in the first page, because the book is normally $2.99. On the first page of the book, there is a freebie that's in there. That freebie is going to change. I actually give you a social media checklist, and it's the checklist that I use that I currently sell for $39. The only people that get it for free are the people that buy that book, and I'm still in launch mode, because that's not going to be the same checklist that's in that book, because I'm going to switch it on my website. So you have to go to my website. Like, when you get the book, there's a link in there. You go to my website. There's no opt-in. I'm not asking for your email address. It's just straight up free gift. Thank you for buying it as part of my launch. And again, that same checklist I sell on my website right now for $39. So that when did the book come out? Last Thursday.
It just came out last.
Yeah.
It came out last Thursday. It became a bestseller within a matter of hours, because I think I called you, right?
It was that night.
I called you like 11:30, like, Kemya, 5 minutes ago you hit the bestseller list. Woohoo!
Yeah. So that checklist, the free offer is actually going to change because that's not the one that was originally intended for the ebook. I just put that there as a celebration because I'm in celebration and launch mode. So even the price of the Kindle, the Amazon Kindle book, it's worth much more than the price I'm selling it for if you get it right now. So it's just bonuses on top of bonuses because I'm in launch mode. And I'm excited.
I was about to say, like, people really lucked up tonight. Like, I'm kind of jealous myself because I don't even get all these hookups. Like, wait a minute, they get a 30-minute call. I remember the first time I worked with you 3 years ago, back in Survey Resolution
That was a while ago, right?
I didn't get anything for free, so thanks for hooking the sister up now. But take advantage of everything that she's offering. I'm going to go on. I mean, I have the book. Okay, the book is phenomenal. My team, we really enjoyed helping, you know, when we were going through editing and that whole process. The book is really, really good. I mean, she has all types of links in there. You should, a lot of the stuff you're mentioning tonight, a lot of the resources, and you should be going here for this, and you should be going over there for that. All of that stuff is in there. It's really like having maybe 3 strategy sessions with her. That's what it feels like after you read it all. It's so much information in a snack size book. So go ahead, get all that great stuff. And once again, Kemya, we have more people, you know, sending praise. We have Sarah. Sarah, thank you for joining us. And she said, wow, she's learned so much.
I'm so glad.
Angela Wharton from Baltimore, another one of my sisters from a different mother and mister. She said, this is awesome. Yes.
It's not free yet.
It's not?
No, it's not free yet.
Don't scare me like that. Well, I tell you what, I know for sure the folks that are on here tonight, maybe what I can do is inbox them all the link.
Yeah.
When it's free. And I don't know what happened. I'll have to go and investigate. But everybody that's posted here, I'm going to inbox you the link because most of us are either connected on my personal page or I can just do it here through Purposely Created page. So for those of you that's tuning in, and you haven't made any comments on the feed, go ahead now and just say, I'm here. That's all you guys say is, I'm here. So that way I can collect your name, okay? And, yeah, Stacy just said it too. It's not showing. Okay, no problem. We'll hook it up. That's not a problem. But go ahead on the feed and say, I'm here, so that I can collect your name. In the minute that it's free, I'm going to inbox you so that you can go get it, okay? Because we really do appreciate you being here. So, we didn't have any other questions. Kemya, mwah, mwah, mwah. Big old cyber hug. Thank you so much. Thank you for being my first featured guest. Wow. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do. You just never know. When you start something, you try it, you just never know. But if it's going to be anything like this, then I'll be doing a lot more. I know we already have 5 more scheduled so far.
Okay.
We have 5 more scheduled, and I'm going to try to do them bi-weekly, but the next one will definitely be April the 14th. So for all of you that's tuning in, come right back here and join us. Join us. It's on a Tuesday, April the 14th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and spread the word. If you enjoyed this, let people know. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and post it on our page, right? So that we can share that with other folks, because we don't want to leave anybody behind. That's why I created this platform. That's exactly why. My authors that's with me, if you have a conversation with them or ask them, hey, what's going on over there? Like, what do you guys do over there besides publish books? They'll tell you. I pour a lot into them. So they're learning. They're not just publishing their books, but they're learning what to do beyond the publishing stage. Sales, marketing, building strategic partnerships, special sales, all of this stuff. And I wanted to create this platform so that it's not just limited to my clients, right? Because once again, I'm an author, so I have some of the same struggles, or had some of the same struggles that a lot of aspiring or new authors are facing. So I wanted to have this platform so that I can help as many people as I can and reach as many people as I can. And so once again, Kemya, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for investing your time and pouring into us tonight. And we're going to get you back. We're going to get you back. And something, I mean, social media has so many facets to it. And then, I mean, you are a guru, period. So aside from social media, there's some other stuff you can teach us, right? So I'm sure you'll be back. I'm sure you'll be back. Well, thank you again, Kemya. Did you have any last things you want to say?
No, that's it. I want to thank everybody for sticking around. I'm making the time to attend live, not waiting for a recording because you could have been doing something else. But I appreciate you taking the time to invest in your book, your business, your brand, to show up live and get information, because I know you learned tonight you can immediately implement.
Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. And guess what, guys? This replay will actually be available all the way up to the time we have the next episode. Okay, so you can tune in right back to this page. Tell your friends, tell whoever, hey, just go back. It's there. The replay will be here. Okay. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Lots and lots and lots of love, and I promise the next time I won't be so fidgety and all over the place. I'll know if I look this way or that way. I'll have it all together. Okay. But thank you for joining me. I love you, and have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.